Hello everyone. In this video I wanted to do a Madden simulation of the Houston Roughnecks and Tampa Bay Vipers XFL game this week. And in this video I just kind of wanted to talk about the XFL and what I kind of thought about it for the first 2 weeks. And I gotta say, I've been greatly surprised that I'm so entertained by it. One, with the crowd noise, it's been unreal. There's been more fans than I would have expected there to actually be. And then, in addition to that, like, the play hasn't been all that great, but, like, the stuff they've been doing with it, like the sideline reports, and having, like, them being, like, in the locker room during the halftime, it's stuff that, honestly, I think a lot of people love to see. And maybe a few things that the NFL might want to actually implement with what they do with their broadcast. But something that they definitely need to implement that they do have in that league is what they do with the challenges, with giving us access to, like, the communication between the head official and whoever's looking at the replay, because that just gives us so much transparency with, like, what's actually happening. Where right now, in every league, to be honest, besides the XFL, you kind of know they're looking at it, but you don't know what they're thinking. And then when you get the call and you don't agree with it, it's like, what? Why did they do that? It doesn't make any sense. Case in point, when the Saints got a PI called against them in the playoffs, 2 playoffs ago, and they were complaining about it for who knows how long. But the other factor of that league is the quality of play. Like I said, it's not really the best. It has been more of a defensive show. Though a few games have been higher scoring, like last week the Roughnecks had a game I think was 24-27. And a few other games, like, they've been defensive. If they're defensive long enough, that turns into a very good game, because they have to eventually score to win the game. Like, I know a game last week was like 6-0 at half, then in the second half, like, the team that was down 6-0 ended up blowing up in the second half, so it was pretty awesome. But I kind of do think this league has a possibility of going on for a good bit, just because if the fans keep showing up, the quality of play will get better, just because the offenses will have time to, like, actually mesh together. And when that happens, there's going to be more points, more scoring, all the stuff that league is actually kind of aiming to do. And if they are able to achieve that, that would be amazing, because I think everybody wants to see another league that's able to go on during the springtime, past the NFL and college football seasons. And it would be even better if we actually were to be able to get a video game of that as well. That's the next thing I'm going to talk about. If they were to make a video game for that league, well, one, I think it would have to, an announcement for that would be coming well after the season's over, after they see how much money they're actually going to make from this league. If any money, to be honest, because it was only going to be week 3, and week 2 apparently had a drop off in fans. Between, like, most teams, though, I think Seattle ended up bringing up that average, but for every other team, basically, it was down, which is kind of sad to see. But if it goes up and they're able to make a game out of it, here's a few things I think they should add. Essentially, all the stuff I said before, like the sideline interviews during the halftime, being able to go into the locker room. But in addition to that, having the betting odds on the screen too, just because I feel like that's, like, a neat thing that they do in that league that I think will actually catch on in the broadcasts of the other leagues, just because people want to see that. Not to say I do, but, like, I know some of my friends would definitely love to see that when they're watching a football game. And in addition to that, I don't know how they would do it. Like, obviously, you can't have the players be as bad as they are in real life in the game, so they have to tune that up a little bit. Don't know how they would do it. But one last thing that they should definitely add is a way to access normal football rules in the game. If you don't want to play the XFL rules for a certain game, or maybe you just want to use the XFL players using the normal football rules. I just think this would be nice, because it would give people the option, if they do want to just play a regular game, or if they want to play an XFL game. And I forgot to mention it when I mentioned the sideline interviews, the halftime access, and the betting odds. If people don't want that stuff, there is an option to turn it off. They should have that as a feature, just so you don't have to constantly be skipping it, or if it takes a few seconds to load, it doesn't take up any time in anyone's day. But then the last thing I want to touch on in this video, before I just kind of give you guys, like commentators of the football game, was the NBA halftime show for the All-Star game versus the NFL Super Bowl halftime show. Now, I'm not going to say I had an issue with the NFL halftime show this year, but in previous years it wasn't really all that good. But this year with the NBA All-Star game, I think their halftime show with Chance the Rapper was honestly a lot better than most of the NFL halftime shows I've seen. Which is surprising because I wouldn't expect them to have a halftime show that good. Because, like, how many people are going to be tuning into it? Whereas the Super Bowl, you know, like, probably half of America, at least, is tuning in for it. So, like, why wouldn't you want to get, like, the best of the best? Though this year, I'm not going to say I had an issue with the NFL halftime show, but I definitely think the NBA one was better. And in addition, the NBA one this year definitely triumphed most of the NFL ones in recent years. Which is kind of sad to see because the NFL has more money to pour into it. So I don't know why they'd be getting outdone with it. I actually forgot to mention one more thing I really do like about this league, and that's just how mic'd up the players are in general. Because I don't think I've ever heard so many F-bombs dropped on live television as I have seen from the XFL. I don't know what it is about how they have it mic'd up, but I swear you hear every single F-bomb that they drop. And they rarely try to cut them out. I think the only time I heard a mic cut out was during a sideline interview, and of course they're going to have to cut that one out because, like, you can't just have a guy cursing straight onto the mic, straight on the air. But, yeah, that's also a neat thing that I've been liking about it. I feel like it just makes it feel more real, like you're actually on the field. Like, I don't know, it's pretty neat. But in terms of the video game, they obviously can't add it there, because in addition to the gambling, that would give it, like, an adults-only rating. If it wouldn't get that just for the gambling alone, though I don't really know why it would, because there's already alcohol and other stuff that you have to be over 21 to get anyway that is in M-rated games. And no doubt this game would have to be M-rated. I feel like, because if you're going to have, like, gambling odds and who the heck knows what else in the game, you know. But I don't feel like that would really hamper the audience too much, because most people already know what the XFL is, because, like, if you're looking at the game, you have to already know what it is. It's not like the NFL where, like, you may not watch football, but, like, you know what the NFL is. The XFL is not that way. Like, if you're looking at the game, you're going to already know what it is. And you're going to know it's not really that bad of a game, it's just the presentation stuff that they do if they gave it that rating. The one thing that I feel like also has really been helping this league out is the fact that they've had, like, name brand announcers on ESPN doing the games. Because it's people you recognize and you know that they're good at announcing. And when they announce these XFL games, you get, like, I at least get a little bit of a vibe that I'm kind of watching, like, an NFL or maybe a college football game just because they're using the same announcers as those events. And if they're going to make a video game out of this, I feel like they definitely need to somehow get those announcers in that game. But if they don't, like, I don't really know what you would do then, because, like, that's kind of a hairy situation, because you're going to have a crappy announcer in that video game then. But if they're able to get, you know, the ESPN guys, I feel like that'd be pretty neat. And maybe if they could strike a deal with them also just to get the scoreboard too. Or maybe with Fox, with one of them, just so that they get the scoreboard, just so that have a real scoreboard, because they used to have that for NHL, and I thought that was pretty neat. They don't have it anymore, but when they did, it was cool. One more thing. Another thing that's good about the league is the fact that, really, no matter what the score is, the other team is usually always in it. Just because, like, if you're down 18 or 19, that's still a two-possession game. And that's the one thing I really find great about this league, is the fact that, like, no matter what, you're always in it. There's never a time where you're, like, just completely out of it, like, unless you're down, like, 30, but, like, it's pretty hard to get down that much. So, like, the fact that, like, even if one offense is blowing up, there's still a great chance that, like, later in the game, the other one has a chance of just getting a touchdown or two, then it's tied up again. Like, it's kind of crazy to think that, like, no game is really out of reach. But yeah, with further ado, I'll hand you the count. Prior to any of the main commentary, I did just want to mention that I'm aware that the punters and kickers are very messed up in this game right now. I don't know why that is. I did tune them down a lot, but then when I noticed that, I tuned them back up, but yet they were still just not kicking the ball at all. But yeah, I just wanted to make you aware that I did notice that I wasn't just ignoring it, but I couldn't figure out how to tune them down without them just being god-awful. But enjoy.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most...
Looking to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop Torrey even if they don't get it, though. They're going to look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Texans will use... Rolling to his right. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The Texans going to sit.
Check my 21. Come to my work. We want.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
As if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here.
There he goes left side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any.
Teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this?
Positive. Stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See.
41 Mike. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain.
Their speed and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Kill.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
And that's
territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out.
Line on 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Bucks with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. On play action, they'll throw. And this is incomplete. It's to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
To the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Arians will send out his field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this is not even going to get there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now.
He's the MVP, Coach of the Year, John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the comeback.
Because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL. Not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Focus, defense, focus.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
You have to run extra plays. Harder to move it.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles, guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Hey, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. I'm guessing
going to do to stop you, you're taking charge.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Hey,
check, Mike 21, Mike 21.
Second and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. First half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown.
A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans push. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for two.
Go. Go.
They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. I'm too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 48. 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You don't want to throw away the...
This is third and long.
Come on here. Come get some.
He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards and
of a first down.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Partner, it's often the man.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on fourth down.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
From here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory.
They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to throw now on second and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Those short little routes probably going to be...
That was one of those situations.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Using a variety of coverages.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game
here, after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
It's in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone. We saw evidence of that on that play.
Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Keep it up, guys.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Another.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. I don't think you got it, son.
They'll drop the throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. A huge play there on the screen pass. 44 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And he's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. This offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he finds a man on a crossing route. But it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
And to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
We play to win. Let's go.
Charles As we saw a lot of points go up in this one, certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.